Hi, welcome. I'm S.J. Peters, the Executive Director of the Plumbing Council and the PCA of Chicago, and also Pam Canny. Our next segment today, we're talking with the president of ScreenSafe, which is Jim Heffernan. ScreenSafe is the administrative company that handles all of our drug testing program. As contractors know, we have a mandatory random drug testing program that is part of our collective bargaining agreement with Local 130. It's been in existence for quite a while. It's worked quite successfully, and I wanted to ask Jim to give us a little bit of a background. First of all, welcome, Jim. Background as to how this entire program got started. You have quite a history as a former business manager, so I'll let you explain.
Okay, it's good to be here. Basically, I was a business manager in the ComEd property since for 20 years, and retired in 1994, and went away and went out to California, went to Hawaii on vacation, and came back home, and I got a phone call that Local 134 IBEW had agreed to random drug testing and what I considered being the administrator.
Okay.
They assured me it'd be a couple of days a week, not long hours, so I took the job. We actually built ScreenSafe to satisfy 134's drug testing program.
Okay.
Our first client had 18,000 members. It was quite an undertaking to bring it all together and deal with the problems. There were some miscalculations on our part when we first started because of all the random drug testing that we didn't realize we were going to be doing. But after that, it just came into being, and after we did 134, we ended up going to Local 176 in the IBEW. We ended up with quite a few IBEW locals, and then Local 130 Plumbers Union. We used to see Dan McLaughlin at the Erie Cafe
Sure.
for their plumbers meeting, and we got to talking, and it came time to, they had talked about a drug testing program, and we went and met before the board and explained our program to them, and we were able to consummate a program for Local 130. And that's basically how we started. We're now all over the country. We have locals from California to east of Illinois. So it's been very good, very successful, and it's done wonders for the industries,
Right.
all of the construction industries. So it's been a very good experience.
And there was a learning curve when we first started our program through Pam Canny, and obviously it's been even longer in existence for PCA and Local 130. We ran seminars, kind of acclimated people to it. Once people kind of got used to the fact that everybody tests, in our case everybody tests, it becomes kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. It benefits the industry. Can you explain why you think it benefits the industry?
Well, I think when we first started out, like you say, when we first started out, there was a lot of misgivings and there was a concern. The business manager was concerned what was going to happen. The contractor wasn't sure how serious they wanted it to be. But as we started, when we first started with the Local 130, the positive rate for your apprenticeship program and the membership was a little, it was up to around 5-6%, and today I think it's maybe 1%, 1.5%.
Right. Which is sort of a gatekeeper type of approach, meaning that people knowing that you do drug testing in this industry may, if they do use drugs, might tend to stay away.
Yeah, well, early on, people, when we started doing drug testing, they opted to go to different places to work because they didn't want to work in a jurisdiction that was doing drug testing.
Right.
So, a good thing that happened was the people that stayed were able to pass the drug test, and so the industry solved their problem. They didn't have people that were positive
those issues,
what
right.
have you. So,
right, and this program is set up as not a catch and punish, but it's more identify somebody who may have an issue with it and try to get them the help that they need.
It's definitely a help and educate program.
Right.
I had been a business manager 20 years on the ComEd property. My whole life was to help people through their careers and what have you. So there's no sense in all you're going to do is make non-union plumbers if you catch and fire.
Right, and basically with all that we invest in taking somebody from an apprenticeship all the way to journeyman status, whether it be electrical or plumbing or whatever, we have a huge investment in these people. We don't want to lose that. We want to help them and keep them healthy and safe and that type of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to be, you don't want to throw someone to the wind and have them come back as a non-union plumber. You want to find out what the problem is, educate them, teach them, get them help, and get them back as a liable plumber.
Exactly, and in our case, we test employers, we test the association staff, we test the officers of the union, all the staff, the trust fund employees, all the JAC employees, including the instructors, so we want to keep it as a clean industry. And one last thing, just give me a quick synopsis, if you don't mind, Jim. ScreenSafe is located in Joliet. How many employees? That type of thing.
We're located in Joliet. We have 14 employees. Most of our work is done on the phones and the internet and what have you. And it's a hands-on. We talk to all of the people that we have tests, and if there's any problems, my staff will talk to them, help them, get them where they need to go to get their problems taken care of. And it's been very successful, and my labor background is let's help them.
Right.
So, and that's what we're all about.